start with a question that sounds strange. How much of you actually exists right now? And no, I don't mean physically, I mean how much of your capacity, your capability, and your actual potential is currently active. Because what neuroscience tells us is generally one of the most fascinating things I've ever studied. Most of you is locked. Not missing, not broken, it's locked. This one is deep, so let me explain. Why do two people, same city, same school, sometimes even same family, end up living completely different lives? One stays exactly where they started, and the other transforms beyond recognition. People blame the environment, people blame the mindset, the intelligence, the talent, and all of those play a role, but none of those actually explain the full picture. The latest research in neuroscience and behavioral genetics is pointing to something more deep. The difference isn't in what people have. The difference is in how much of themselves they actually activated. Your genome, the full blueprint of who you could be, contains somewhere between 20 and 25,000 genes. But at any given moment of your life, only a fraction of those genes are actually being expressed. The rest are sitting there in a state called epigenetic silence. It's not broken, it's not deleted, it's just silent. So inside your DNA right now, you have genes that have never been expressed and neural pathways that have never been formed. An entire architecture of capability sitting there waiting for one trigger to switch on. And that trigger is not a motivation, it's not a good day, it's not the perfect moment, it's not the right environment. It's the stress. And especially the right kind of stress. The stress of doing something new, the stress that challenges you, the stress that pushes you out of your comfort zone. When you step into a difficult situation, a situation that stretches you, your body reads that environment like a signal, and it responds by building a new gene expression, new neural structures, new nervous system wiring. Literally a new version of you gets constructed from the inside out in that difficult moment. Bad time actually build you. Bad time activate that gene in your body. Bad time build new neural pathways that never been exposed, never been expressed, and never been built. Everything bad happens in my life made me who I am today. Everything made me stronger. Everything built something in me. So don't hate bad time, don't hate stress, and try to go out of your comfort zone to feel the change. It's going to be stressful, but stress is the thing that actually activates your architecture of your capability. The moment you understand this, your whole vision will change. The moment I studied this, everything changed in my life. Everything changed the way I see bad time, the way I see problems. I know it's kind of complicated, but the moment you understand this, you will not feel anxious or stressed when you face a problem. And when you try to go out of your comfort zone, you will discover that comfort is your biggest enemy. This one is so important. Comfort is not a rest. Comfort is a decay. Let me tell you what actually happens in your nervous system when it's not challenging. When you consistently avoid the things that make you uncomfortable, repeat familiar patterns, and take familiar paths, your brain doesn't stay neutral. It doesn't just pause, it consolidates around what already exists. It reinforces old structure and stop building new ones. You don't stay the same. You actually become a smaller version of yourself. Now here's where it gets really interesting. As a psychology student, one of the things that really impressed me is how much ancient human stories and myth contain psychological truth that we're only now proving in labs. Take the story of Pinocchio, for example. On the surface, it's a wooden puppet, a whale, and rescue. It feels like a children's story, but beneath the surface, there is something much deeper. Think of it like this. The whale is not a villain. The whale is the abyss. It represents every terrifying thing you've been avoiding, every challenge you've told yourself you're not ready for, every version of growth that requires you to go somewhere dark and uncomfortable first. And the father trapped inside the whale, that's not a person, that's your full potential. Think about what that means biologically. You are the living result of unbroken chain of ancestors, and every single one of them survived something difficult enough to reproduce. Every single one of them faced a challenge and came through it. So you are the living result of them. That survival wisdom, that resilience, that capability, it's encoded in your DNA. All of it is there waiting for you to activate it. The psychology of how it actually works. Let me get specific, because advice without a mechanism add nothing. Here's what behavioral psychology actually shows. When you identify something you're avoiding, something that makes you feel anxious, something that makes you feel stressed and uncomfortable, and you know you have to do that, your brain starts convincing you that you're making progress. We have a plan. We imagine this. We think about this. So we're doing something. We have a progress. Thinking and having a plan and imagine it, it's not progress. So here's what actually makes things easier to follow. You break the avoided thing into pieces. Pieces smaller and smaller and smaller until you find a piece small enough that you can actually do it today. And when you do that small piece, something happens in your brain. You become more present, more capable, and more informed. Like you build another piece in your mind and activated something in you. It's like there is suddenly more of you available, more of you activated, more of you built by doing that small thing, and then the next, and then the next. And every small piece build something, activate something, and add more of you available. The goal that's worthy of you. Now, I want to talk about something that most ambitious people get wrong. And I got wrong for years too. They work hard, they stay disciplined, they put in the hours, but they're aiming for the wrong thing. They're aiming too small. It doesn't matter how hard you work. If the goal isn't worthy of you, the activation will stay always limited. And here is what I mean. When you set a goal, when you decide this thing matters, this is what I'm working toward, you create something in your mind called a hierarchy of value. And that decision produces something measurable in your neurology. Positive emotion, meaning, and forward momentum. But the quality of that experience depends entirely on the quality of the goal. A small goal give you a small activation. A big goal that stress you, that make you feel scared and uncertain, that goal give you a rich activation. I remember this quote and I really like it. If your dream doesn't make you feel scared or crazy, you're not dreaming big enough. Big dreams give you unlimited activation. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate your capability. Don't underestimate your capacity. I know that you are trying to be better. You have bigger vision. You have big dreams. You know that you can do it. You're not quite yet that version, but you know that you can do it. You know that you have something inside you that refuse to stay at the standard limit. You are going somewhere big. The fact that you resist your attention span and finish the video until the end tells a lot about yourself. You're trying to become better and you have that sense of I'm not quite yet the person I'm supposed to be. That feeling, it's not a problem to solve. It's not anxiety to manage. That feeling is your biology trying to get your attention. It's the locked version of you knocking the door, waiting you to activate it. Who you are right now and who you could be is not a gap of intelligence, it's not a gap of talent, it's not a gap of opportunity, it's a gap of confrontation. The things you haven't faced yet and the discomfort you've been postponing. Everyone who transformed his life and built something went through the same process. They didn't wait to become brave. They become brave by doing the thing. They didn't discover their potential first and then act. They act and then potential started showing up. The strongest version of yourself is not a fantasy, it's not a dream, it's your biological reality, waiting to be unlocked, waiting for you to activate it, because it's encoded in your body and soul. It's encoded in your DNA. If you know someone ambitious and special who need to hear this, share the video with him and let me know in the comment how much of you actually exists right now. And what's your biggest dream? I'm really curious to know.